Alright, so this is FiveStep. What if one day we woke up and suicide was a thing of the past? Nobody committed suicide because of bullying. That's the world that I want to happen, but I had to start small. My inspiration for making this project was my mom. She was bullied throughout high school and middle school because she was overweight. She was always talked behind her back and all stuff like that. And I think with a program that was flexible, she would actually be able to be a better person in high school. A guiding question was to make a solution to a problem that was realistic. I chose suicide caused by bullying. There are many characteristics that people are bullied about, like race and other social constructs. According to the CDC, suicide is the third leading cause of death in young adults, and over 14% of high school students think about committing suicide, and over 7% actually attempt it. And suicide has grown 2% annually since 2016. My solution is an online program that the victim goes through a 5-step process with a helper. Let me just click on the website link. This is the home page. This is basically the basic information, just like on that bullying facts page. Also, there's a new fact saying that over 4,400 people commit suicide due to bullying every year. If we go to what's the program? This is the exact same thing as the what is my actual program site, except this talks about how it's better, but that's going to be going on the next slide, so I'll talk to you guys about that. The actual 5-step process. The first step is the info transfer. You are going to get to know your helper and just talk about your normal life. Your second step is the problem finding. You're basically going to tell your helper what your problem actually is. And the third step, you're gonna tell the helper what solutions you have tried and how they went for you. Your step 4 is that your helper will check on you every 2 days for a month-long period. Then the step 5 will be the actual motion of the victim actually going and fixing their problem with the solutions provided by the helper. Give it a second, it's loading. Alright, so now this is actually how the people contact the helpers that they're trying to go through the 5-step process with. There you go. Alright, so this is a live text chat that they would talk first. You would type in your name just to make up a random name. And you type in an email address. Then you would say, the victim would say something more on the actual problem that they're having, but you want to start the chat, then you go to the console. Now, anybody that is in the program can go to this console and answer the people's requests to be talked to. So since I'm the admin, press this and go to accept. Now it starts a live chat with John here. Now they would start going to the first step, and then eventually they would get to the 5-step that would solve their problem. So why is it better? So my program is focused mainly on the student volunteers. There's no really parents in the organization besides a couple that organize events. This allows for the person to be more comfortable talking to a person their age and not be intimidated by the older age. This program also works with any type of bullying scenario, from cyberbullying to bullying in school. Algebra Connection, it focuses on Unit 4 exponentials. It basically shows the increase of people that have committed suicide since 2016. The black line is the linear line, and the green line is the actual exponential line. Give us the end load again.
Gotta love that Wi-Fi.
So tell us a little about what we're waiting on.
What
Okay,
is
so
this?
basically this is, okay, well there you go. It's basically just the infographic that's just telling us the information about the different teaks that I use to connect to chemistry. It's not showing here, but it should be teak 3D and teak 2H. Those both are basically teaks about information transfer and how it's more important to choose certain data than other data. I chose that because the research paper, I needed specific information that would help me find out my solution instead of just random information that I pulled from any other site. Then down here, these are both the content teaks of 11C and 11A. These will talk about energy transfer and how like the types of energy. I did this because it relates to my prototype of it being a website because all those different energies run inside of the actual website in order for it to work. Human geography connection. I chose the topic of culture because it allowed me to kind of, because my program can go from any type of cultural background of bullying from like, because one of our main cultures is social media today, and a lot of people are bullied over social media, so they can actually do, because my program can actually solve those social problems through the cultural bullying aspect. The interconnection, the research paper basically allowed me to express my information and how I iterated my project and how it's supposed to help the world. Sources and then questions.
Yeah. So I have a question. How are these guys or ladies going to be trained to respond properly?
I didn't add it in the English part, but in the actual research paper, before they actually get into the volunteering phase of being a helper, they're going to go through a training course with like a real psychologist, so they kind of know the kind of steps to ease a person down.
Okay, great. Anybody else? No, thank you, Jaden.